Hi StarPowered friends. Thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel. My name is Alejandra Sofia and I'm tuning in to the week ahead astrologically. Today is January 28th, 2019. I'm looking at the next 7 days until February 4th, 2019. So we are in the last quarter, people, friends, tribe. We're in the last quarter moon, 4 quarters. And this fourth quarter is a dissolving. We're dissolving now. We're integrating after peak realization and dissolving, but dissolving into more vital life force. So this last quarter moon is about taking what you've been learning, and this is on deep, subtle levels. Taking what you've been learning, and we're essentializing it. We're getting ready for the next quarter. We're getting ready to begin a new quarter, a new moon, and the richness of this week, 2019, January 28th, 2019 until February 3rd, is that we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up what we've been coming through in this lunar wave spell cycle from January 5th, 2019 until February 4th with the new moon in Aquarius. And with the new moon in Aquarius, which I will be posting on the new moon, we will be releasing from the eclipses and we'll be releasing from the year of the Earth Dog. So we're really going into this year is just getting out of the gates. That's what's happening. It's like if we think we've been out of the gate, no, we have not been in the gate. We've been kind of like in the gate and rerouting and working on things, and in the essence of what we've been working on is releasing deep structures, things that have been unconscious, that have been blocking us and locking up our energy. So it's been because of the eclipses. We're still in the eclipse energy. We're in the last quarter of the eclipse energy, and so we're there's more realization coming this week. Tomorrow we're getting the Sun conjunct Mercury in Aquarius. So get knowledge, get information, get understanding, go to neuroscience, go to places that's helping you understand how reality really works. Because we are decentralizing false power structures to re-centralize through our core power structure. That is the underlying issue, underlying theme for the next year. But really powerful this month to because of this of these eclipses that we've been inside of, the January 5th eclipse, partial solar eclipse, the new moon, and the full moon, the super blood wolf moon on January 20th, 20th, 21st, depending on your time zone, 2019 at the first degree of Leo. That's been about getting deeply in touch with yourself. Getting deeply in touch with it's more than in touch. It's much deeper than in touch. It's relinking into yourself. It's healing, essentially. It's bringing yourself back together, and we're also dealing with past lives. We're dealing with lineage, ancestral lineage. We're dealing with karmas, and karmas being essentially creative blocks to our heart, to who we really are. And so this big incentive that's happening right now, this big, I'll say, soul agenda that's happening right now in general with the Saturn and Pluto conjunction, which I'm not going to stop talking about because that is the main thing going on this year, is the Saturn and Pluto conjunction that's coming into an exact conjunction January 12th, 2020. But for the whole year, they're going to be inside of a 10-degree orb and coming into a really close 3-degree orb. That means they're within 3 degrees from each other, March or April. So it's this squeezing action that's happening, and because of this lunar wave spell cycle that we've been inside of, the moon cycle of the first new moon of the year being an partial eclipse, it's all been about, wrapping up, and it's ending. So this week is this last quarter is we're wrapping it up. We're wrapping up, reorganizing, but it's really personal. It's really personal. So restructuring yourself and continuing, like if you're not clear about the direction you're moving in, that's part of the process. It's part of, rerouting. But if I can help you get clear about where you're at, let me do that. If I do any weird like eye movements, it's because I'm like the camera and then my image, they're two different locations. So that's what it is. I might glance over at my image to see how it's going. So that's my weird side eye look. So if I can help you get clear that in this rerouting is there's a tremendous inwardness this month, a very tremendous inwardness that we're going to get out of the gate with next week, with the new moon in Aquarius. And so in the essence of that and the continual work of breaking down, I mean, by the end of this week, with the moon coming back into Capricorn, crossing over Saturn, it conjuncts Saturn on, wrong page here, conjuncts Saturn on Friday and then conjuncts Pluto on Saturday. So with the moon coming back into Capricorn in the dark moon. So the dark moon's this massive mulching. It's like there is some real wrap-ups happening. Let's talk about these wrap-ups. Let me attempt to penetrate your reality, my reality, and this shared reality that we're inside of breaking down these structures, belief systems, ideologies, if you've been living on a foundation of, it's really about getting to the deep foundation of what you've been living, the belief systems, the beliefs that you've been living by. And it doesn't matter what age you're at. Everyone, this is possible for everyone, in different ways, because we are unique. We have a very specific blueprint, each one of us. And threaded into that blueprint is deep core self. And so this lunar wave spell cycle has been about, again, just making deep contact with self, with this primary agenda, desire to be yourself, to have fulfillment, to get real with yourself. And that means meeting some hard truths as well. And so in speaking to some of the hard truths, that's this deep inward glimpse, not even glimpse, but excavation of, holy God, this is how I've been living. This is what I've been thinking. But the more you can be in observation of yourself, because Capricorn has that power to it. Part of Capricorn's superpower is just like, all right, this is where I'm at. This was that was this. And, just have a healthy detachment so that you can make shifts and changes on your reality. And so inside of that is Capricorn very much being a visionary, and it's seeing this is fundamental. It's like, well, this really hasn't been working, and it really hasn't been working. So facing those places where it's not been working, and why it hasn't been working that way, maybe likely even giving your power away to somebody or something or a belief system, thinking you had to do it this way. And as you're embodying, because what Saturn and Pluto are doing deeply inside of us, what's possible, the potential here is rising up into a very real reality that embodies, I am the creator of my life. I'm a creator of my life, and I'm a collaborator with the universal forces, with universal law. That's who Capricorn is really weaving inside of it. It's the true laws, the real laws of this universe. And inevitably, we're going to come into very clear contact and realization and understanding with corruption, with the corruption of law, with the corruption of these forces. So yes, overturning religious ideas that have been keeping you, playing smaller, or playing to some idea that you're I don't know. Yes, we are designed to live for something bigger than us, but when we're giving our power away and not truly threading into our own individuality, and that's the key. Individuality. We are moving into as we're releasing this week, so this week, we're wrapping up the year of the Earth Dog. We're wrapping up this first lunar wave cycle, eclipse season, the last 28 days of the eclipse energy. So ending, wrapping up, getting clear. So there's an opportunity this week to get even clearer about something. And again, with the moon coming back into coming back into the Saturn-Pluto conjunction for basically about 24 hours. Let's see, yeah, 24 hours. So it's quick, but it's deep. And so just keeping that, you know, as we're going into the dark moon, and the dark moon is very much mulching, and the dark moon is essentially from Friday the 1st, Sunday, and Monday morning. We're waking up to new moon energy, even though the new moon isn't happening until 1:04 p.m. Pacific time on Monday the 4th. So so essentially, you're getting more information, you know, with the Sun and Mercury conjuncting tomorrow in Aquarius. And Aquarius very much is like, you know, get insight, get information, network, learn what's helping you understand yourself. That's the power. That's the power. Get information that helps you understand yourself, how you work. So it could be intuitive information, so meditation, introspection. It could be, you know, picking up a book on like Joe Dispenza's Becoming Supernatural, you know, listening, going on YouTube, and just understanding how your brain works, because we're talking Aquarius here, and Aquarius is just it really wants to bring understanding between the intellect and the emotions. And so there's the mission in Aquarius that I see that is there's a level of Aquarius definitely has to do with consciousness as well. But there's something with Aquarius in because it loves it wants to understand the blueprint. It wants to understand the bigger picture, and so it's very much humanity oriented. Like that's why Aquarius rules. It can rule. It's one sign that rules astrology. Just understanding like holistic thinking. You know, left brain, right brain, bridging. It's the bridger. And so bridging information, that's bridging science and spirituality. And so Aquarius wants to heal the split. Aquarius wants to heal the split. The split between the feminine and the masculine, between the intellect and the emotions. And so I almost said mind and emotions. Mind is intellect and emotions. Mind is intellect and emotions. So mind is the body-mind temple. It's the body-mind. The mind, so one thing I've been hearing over and over again from Joe Dispenza whenever I listen to him is the thoughts are the language of the intellect. Emotions are the language of the body. And there have been some really, really bad ideas infiltrating the belief systems and the body of academia, and what's deemed as acceptable knowledge and what's unacceptable, and mainstream knowledge, and that's really what's like this age of individualism that we're coming into. With the year of the boar, year of the pig, it's the year of the earth pig, or boar. You can use boar or pig. On the 5th, so February 5th, so February 3rd is the new moon in Aquarius, February 4th is the new moon in Aquarius, and then February 5th commences the year of the new animal year, Chinese animal year. And so that we're really, again, we're getting out of the gate. And how we're getting out of the gate is and into this, really entering into this time of deepening in our individuality, because I really believe, and I am hearing it. I'm hearing things that I'm thinking for myself that I haven't heard in the collective, and then it's like, oh my God, I just heard it in the collective. Like awakening is happening, and this individuals empowering themselves. So you empowering yourself by understanding how you work. Understand your own intelligent design, and intelligence is emotional. That's the major thing we're excavating right now, of like, we got to get out of this world where the intellect is held supreme over the emotions. So there it is. There's the masculine, the patriarchy, pushing down on the matriarchy, you know, the masculine pushing down on the feminine, but it's happening through men and women. And there's a complexity there I'm not going to go into, but so that's the major thing. Like, get to know who you are, understand who you are, learn who you are, learn through your intuition, get to know yourself and your own and your own self through your intuition, through feeling yourself, your emotions, remembering, excavating your childhood, understanding, illuminating. Oh my God, definitely always go back to the 0 to 4 years as much as you possibly can, through your intuition, through the stories you've been told, but come at them in different perspectives. So that's one of the things, you know, with Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. So air signs, one word, a key word for them is perspective. Air signs love perspective. Give an air sign new perspective. And other signs are the ones that are like not open to the perspective, right? But air essentially is it's air currents, like needs fresh air. You need fresh air. So that's the fresh air that's coming in next week with the, I mean, we already have the fresh air right now with the sun in Aquarius and the Mercury in Aquarius, but we're in the 4th quarter moon of this eclipse energy. And so again, wrapping it up so that you're getting out of the gate with new knowledge and new self-awareness, new understanding, because you're standing on a stronger foundation of yourself. So it is personal, and it's also it's personal, and there's a greater weaving happening. So that's another thing to offer you, is you are not separate. None of us are separate. I know we look separate, and in the complexity of this awesome experience we're having, is that our willpower, Leo, is our will, generating our will. And I have a new understanding as of recently that, right, we generate our own will. There is that in us, and Leo's the generator of our own will, and the fire signs have that, but Leo's the central general, it's headquarters. It's for willpower, and working in collaboration with the universal forces of life, with creation, with this creation that's been unfolding and that is giving us life, with existence. So that's the blueprint of the human blueprint, Aquarius. Human blueprint is our this magnificent opportunity we have to and our brain function, and the capacity of our brain and everything that's inside of our brain, that to really take the driver's seat, frontal lobe, visionary willpower, collaboration with the universe and earth forces, elemental forces, to create your life and to be a conscious creator. And so anything else I want to say? Yeah, there's one other thing I want to say, that, you know, February 1st, with Mars and Aries coming into a square with Pluto this week, there's some big self-empowerment energy. So you might have to confront someone, you might have to confront a boss, you might have to confront a partner, you might have to it's definitely a confrontation with yourself. That's the primary thing to always remember, is that the key place that is being confronted is inside of yourself. And yes, it's going to show up in the world as well. There is a relationship out there in the world. How you've been in relationship to the world reflects how you've been in relationship to yourself. So there's a real self-empowerment and you might, and clarifying your boundaries. So key thing, clarify your boundaries, get real with yourself, get real with yourself. And that absolutely connects into you coming into a deeper intimacy with yourself. Like, this is how I feel. Yeah, this is where I stand. And as you claim the places you stand, you're going to define yourself. And yeah, you're going to have to risk losing something, but there's nothing greater than the loss of soul and loss of self. And that's what can't be compromised anymore. Nope. Nope. No, it can't. So I'm going to wrap this up. I from my own evolution and self-excavation, I send you much love. And I also just want to offer up as well, or ask that if you love this video and it speaks to you in powerful ways, to just please pass it on to other people in my own efforts to build my business. And so if you're interested in a reading and you'd like help in tuning into who you are, astrology is a wonderful way to offers an amazing tool to understand yourself. So I am here. My email address is starpoweralchemy@gmail.com. Please reach out if you're interested in a reading. And I offer different types of sessions. And you can check me out at Star Power Alchemy on Instagram and IGTV. But this is my main platform, my YouTube channel. So please subscribe. And I am looking forward to sharing about the new moon, and as well a little bit about the year of the dog, and the year that we're now fully entering into as of next week. So much love to you. Thanks for tuning in, and see you soon.